So here we are with episode 14 of the Apothecary Diaries. Last episode, we're in Jinshi's place now, and it seems like a new Pure Consort is coming. Did I say concert instead of consort? Alright, anyway. A new DJ is coming. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access to non-seasonal and some seasonal shows on the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. It's snowing when she comes. I assume the flower that we saw is her. Damn, dude, she's coming in like all black and shit. Black and white. With only like dots of red on her. Like even the fucking surrounding is so muted. Okay, so it's purple. She doesn't give a shit about that thing. Alright. Damn, dude, already sitting like you're a fucking king or something. Alright, there's the new Pure Consort. Consort? Maomao's back. Is she planting herbs? Yeah, we're planting more herbs out here. Uh-oh. They're both calling for Maomao, maybe? They're like, Maomao's back! Quickly, get her! The rear palace wants to educate the concubine. Wow. Teacher Maomao. Wow. Look who recommended you. Yo, getting 2 recommendations. Oh, that sort of education. No, not 1, but 2. Damn, dude, she's fine. That old lady's eking money out of you. Oh, she trying to change the money for the invoice? Well, that's her whole job. She knows what's up. My precious teaching material. It's for certain other education, that's for sure. I'm going all the way down. It's relaxing, this weird girly atmosphere. Oh my god, they're just littered everywhere. I know. Rumors about the lesson. What? Oh! Damn, dude, how'd she get that up the fucking stairs? I mean, I know she just rolled it up, but damn, that's a lot of strength right there. Women only! Get out of here! He's built tougher than... I feel that. Yeah, for women only! Get out of here! And then he's gonna try and listen in. Seems very nervous. Of course. Taster is with her. To her healthy, voluptuous form. Loulan. Face seems northern. Saying up northern China, near where Russia is. Shouldn't be negatively. Okay, I did not read that. I need to... Who cares until it involves you, Maomao? Somebody get Lishu out of here. Yeah, it's just like, oh no, Lishu! That's why I said you need to get Lishu out of here. She doesn't need it. there goes Lishu. Her soul came back just to go out again. And this man is trying his best. Damn, you've been here this whole time? You can see it on his cheek. He's just been pressed for so long. Goodbye, tired routines. Different effects. She's staring at. That's right. It's a secret. You can ask the Emperor later. Look at this man following her like a puppy. Ooh. We haven't heard her talk. Yeah, she has such a small lip. Tiny lips. Oh shit! It's just a casual explosion in here. I'm gonna leave it to the guards. Oh. Lakan, is that his name? Lakan. The item of interest? A smoking pipe? Ah, you'll get used to it. I hear explosions all the time in this area. For by the military officers. Ooh. Yeah, trying to take my credit? Uh-oh. More herbs! Right back to where she was. Oh. Oh, Lihaku. Get a promotion? Yeah. Where is he? Outside. And then I got promoted. Of course he did. How adorable! You got a promotion for fighting. Often visits tea with the servant girls. He's out on a search for Biden. Who's crazy enough to do that? Not rare at this time of the year. It just comes right into the scene of the crime. From the explosion. There's always someone with issues. Oh, and then there's the item of interest. The one where Lakan is just like, ah, whatever. I'll just leave it. Damn, it's pretty dusty in here. I hear, just not listening. I like that he just goes along with her. I don't have anything else better to do. So you're making a tiny explosion. Alright then, you wanna stand here? The other dude's just like, alright, I'm hiding. He's on fire! That's why they got the fire and the water. Oh, and it's winter too, now that he's got... Damn, somebody was smoking in here or what? Ah. Blowing the powder into the air. It blew up with him in there. The warehouseman. I blew up a room I borrowed. Almost nothing in the world is truly strange. That's right, we just don't know about it. Off she goes. Oh. And then what, you gonna sell it? Yeah! Mmm. I'm worthy too. Uh-oh. Just a little preview of what's going to happen next. The Pure Consort came in and she did not say a single thing. Sick. She came in here and she just looked at everything with such a mild inconvenience. Okay, well, I'm gonna go write my notes and we will be right back to the center. Oh, okay. Given her age, the emperor will most likely spend time with her. Okay. So it goes straight out the body. Goodbye, tired routines. Lishu, no! She stares with a bit of an open gape mouth before going back and just whether she's staring at Maomao or she's staring at Jinshi. Who knows? So Lakan is like touching the powder, right? And then I assume he sees the smoking pipe and he's just like, ah, whatever. Somebody else can figure it out themselves. Okay, going back to the scene after Maomao talks about how the smoking pipe must be an important piece to somebody because it's a little bit too nicely decorated. And so here we have Lakan, who is right there in front of the smoking pipe and he's touching the flower, right? He's just like, oh. And so I was like, maybe he knows who owns the smoking pipe. And he's just gonna be like, what a fucking idiot. And then he just leaves. You know, it could be a possibility, like he knows who owns this smoking pipe. He's just like, yeah, what a dummy. Maybe it's just him, you know? but then he seems smarter than he looks, right? So, I don't know why. Does that sound like he looks stupid? Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Okay, that's not it. But he seems smart. I assume he's an intelligent man. I mean, the other dude comes in and calls him Master Lakan, so he's up a higher position, so... Okay, when Maomao was explaining this part about like the Empire's overall peaceful, but always someone with issue, right? There's the occasional barbarian attacks, and the fact that there's famine or drought here and there. I was kind of thinking, doesn't that kind of count as a mandate of heaven? Since we're in China and all. And like, the mandate of heaven is still around this time, right? Not exactly sure. Well, somebody mentioned that this is the Huns that they were fighting against, the barbarians, not the Mongolians. So we're not there at that point yet, but I think... Okay, you know what? Let me do a quick research about when the Huns were here. Okay, the Mandate of Heaven is a very ancient thing, so I believe it started even before, like, the Huns were active. So, like, the whole thing of, like, the Mandate of Heaven is that... Okay, you know what? I'll just say a little bit about the Mandate of Heaven. Feel free to correct me if I've got a little details wrong. The whole thing with the Mandate of Heaven is that if the dynasty is currently not protecting the people anymore, then all these other things like natural disasters, like earthquake, floods, famine, droughts, and if like you've got occasional barbarians attacking or like bandits raiding the place, then that could count as like the Mandate of Heaven, and then the peasants would be like, yo dog, it's not cool. We're gonna rise up. So then they take down the old dynasty, and then a new dynasty is created. And then the new dynasty brings peace and prosperity to all and all that, but then eventually the new dynasty will turn into the old dynasty where, you know, they have corruption, they don't care about the people anymore. And then it goes into that loop, right? They lose the Mandate of Heaven. The peasants rise up, and then the new dynasty gets the new Mandate of Heaven and all that. And so that's like the most basic explanation for the Mandate of Heaven. But as I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, you know what? Even though these things that happen to the Empire, the occasional barbarian attack, famine, drought, could be counted as the Mandate of Heaven, I suppose they're the way that Maomao says that the Empire is overall peaceful. So I presume that we're in the new dynasty phase. So the whole thing with like the Mandate of Heaven and stuff, you know, they do have it. They haven't lost it yet. So possibly that could be that could be the reason, because there's still like a new dynasty. They haven't gone over to like the old dynasty path where they don't care about the people and they are corrupted and all that, and then they lose the Mandate of Heaven. Okay. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Alright, so that was episode 14 of the Apothecary Diaries. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty nice episode. We've got the introduction of the new Pure Consort, Loulan, and she did not say a single word in this episode. Fantastic. But there's a lot to be seen through the way that she puts on this air of like, I don't care, you know? What, this whole place, I don't really care much for it. And the way that they introduced her, I really enjoy as well, right? The first thing that we see is the flower, which I would assume is what represents her. Not really into the whole flower language thing. I don't even know what sort of flower this is. All I know is that, you know, it's pink with snow on it, and there's like, I don't know why, I just wanted to say cabbage leaves. Or lettuce leaves, you know? But it seems like it's growing out of these greeneries that's below. Anyways, I do enjoy the way that they introduced her in here, where there's no there's no vocals or anything, just strings and a piano, and it's out here, where we're out here snowing and everything, and the way that the whole colors are just muted because it's not exactly bright. And also, when she comes in, right, nobody is here. It's just her and her ladies in waiting. She's very direct with the way that she looks in her eyes. Very bright. Not to say that she's like a bright person. I don't know. She hasn't fucking said anything, so I wouldn't know. It feels a little rather elegant, but then at the same time, you know, the way that the mood is and everything, and consider that the whole coloring is muted around her. The only thing that really shines is that red umbrella. and the red jewelry that is on top of her head. I really like the way that they introduce her. I'm over here thinking about this giant fucking door that's in the middle. What the fuck is this? I know it's like symbolism for fucking something like important or whatever, but like inconvenient, man, inconvenient. But she arrives at the Garnet Pavilion, her new place. Everything is relatively new, right? I assume this is like the shelves that they were showing. This is where Adu and all the her ladies in waiting and the people who were helping were, you know, packing up to move out and all that. And then we've got, I don't know, are these like the stuff that they brought along? Or if it's already here? Because like we just got these birds that's on a turtle. What is this? It's symbolism for something. It is very funny. I just noticed that they're standing on turtles. But right here, we see her take off this jewelry. Perhaps it's something that the emperor gave her as a way to, I mean, it's all the 4 high-rank concubines, they've got like certain jewelries that they have that they put on their hair and whatnot. So perhaps it could possibly be something from the emperor, but she takes it off and she fucking puts the jewelry facing downwards instead of placing it upwards, and she kind of just almost feels like she's like, if she could, she would fucking toss it, you know? I want to see it again, actually. Yeah, okay, like, the way that she does it, right? It's not, she doesn't even like, just imagine, this is the jewelry, right? This is the box. She doesn't even like gently put it down. No, she's just like, alright, whatever. Oh, I don't have to wear this shit anymore. Alright, get this thing out of here. I do find it very fun that like she sits here and then the first thing she does, it just goes straight into that like royal pose. Sitting like a king or a queen would, you know, just sitting, legs crossed, and her hands just right on her face, resting, her head resting against her hands. And we just get to see a profile shot of her as they show us her eyes again, which, you know, eyes, I said bright, but like the one that I wanted to say is just like an eye that's kind of like very much uncaring, and it fits into her I don't care attitude. The next time we see her, we have Maomao thinking about how this is the new Pure Consort, and she was thinking about like, oh, is that flashy southern outfit her usual style? But she then goes to think about how her face looks northern, but she can't really tell with like all the makeup that's on her, I suppose. She's caked in powder right now, dude. This is like similar, almost the same position as she had when she first sat down. Legs crossed, her head resting on her head. And just looking straight forward at nothing, I would presume, because she's sitting right in front of Lihua, isn't she? And I believe she yawned right here, right? She did a little, oh, so tired. Why am I here? And Maomao says, given her age, the emperor will most likely spend time with her. It seems the power balance at the rear palace shouldn't be negatively affected, which I suppose it's just kind of like, okay, you know, as long as Loulan's here, it's totally fine, because Lishu is still not at the age where the emperor's interested in her. After the teaching, Loulan still does not give a single shit, but Jinshi had come in order to see, like, what the hell were you teaching them? What's with all these reactions? They're so different from one another. and then Maomao goes and she glances at Loulan, who is now staring at either her or Jinshi. So it's just like, what's going on, you know? I mean, she kind of had, like, the no, I don't care attitude until Jinshi came in, and now she's just kind of, like, staring over at this scene. Like, you know, she was out here trying to drink her tea and all that, but now she's staring and her mouth is a little agape, like, seeing some sort of surprise within her before she goes back to the, I don't care. Oh, so good, dude. This is when I find out Loulan's just a kudere this whole time. No! We also got to see a little more tenacity of Suiren, right? She's been out here protecting the young master for a long time, And as she talked about last episode with some of the women who are a little bit too fascinated, a little too obsessed with Jinshi, that they're out here putting underwears made of hair inside his closet or drawers or whatnot, you know, it's just like, ugh. So Suiren, she's got a lot of knowledge and experience in all of this. She's not gonna let anybody take advantage of Jinshi, and especially if it comes from Maomao, because like if Maomao does something that isn't too crazy for the most part, Jinshi will probably be like, okay. Like right here when she was trying to rewrite the invoice and she gave it to Jinshi. Jinshi's just like, looks like a good amount, before Suiren has to come in and it's just like, oh, I wonder why it's written in a different colored ink, huh? I love that she's just out here like, yeah, get fucked, Maomao. You're not taking advantage of the young master while I'm here. This is another old lady that is out here beating Maomao up. Not physically for Suiren, but you know, she's out here beating Maomao at her own games. These old ladies, man, they're tenacious. They've got so much experience. Consider that Maomao's new job, or new side job, is to teach the 4 high-rank concubines. I presume that we're going to see more of them, maybe, hopefully, I would assume. You know, she's gonna be out here teaching them techniques only for women. My goodness, this scene with Maomao having to go outside to burn these papers and Jinshi seeing, but he doesn't want to like go and do it himself, you know, just try to make sure he's not overly caring. So he gets Gaoshun to do it, and so because of that, Maomao's just like, oh, Gaoshun, he's such a caring guy, you know, if only he wasn't a eunuch and all that, because just the constant, like, wow, dude, Gaoshun's out here, he's really good. Right? He was also the same guy who offered her, like, cookies or something, somewhere around there, right? Maomao has a much more positive reception towards Gaoshun than she does with Jinshi. And so Gaoshun realizes, and he feels the dagger being stabbed behind him. And I love that he's just like, no, this is from Jinshi, alright? I merely delivered it. He's the one who made this offering. And Maomao sees that as, oh, he needs permission just to give warm clothes to a servant? What a bother. Doesn't even see that as, oh, Jinshi was the one who, you know, gave it to me. If it was any other ladies, they'd probably be like that. Or it's just like, oh my god, Jinshi cares for me? I can't believe that. But no, Maomao's just like, he needs permission just to give warm clothes? Love it, dude. Love it. We're also seeing Lihaku again, which I assume we're going to see a little bit more of him too, since he is residing in the outer palace, not in the rear palace. And we got a little quick story between him and Paiden. He fell in love with Paiden, and now he's working really hard to see her again, because goddamn is she expensive. He even got a promotion because he's working so hard. It's just like, damn, dude, that's so fucking funny, but also kind of sad. Paiden's over here like, yo, just find me a really good man with great vitality and, you know, muscles. Yo, he's probably working out, continue to work out. That's why he's got that bodybuilder physique in the opening, dude. Gotta get the best muscles of all, so then Paiden won't yearn for anybody else's. But we had this whole issue of the explosion, and Maomao coming in just freaking figures it out, because she has done this before. So she's just like, yeah, you know, here you go, I'll fucking do this. And I love that these two dudes are just like, whatever, let's see what she's going to do, you know? We don't have any other clues. But because of that, Maomao ends up taking the smoking pipe with her, and she's over here thinking about whether she could sell it if she cleans it up and put a new mouthpiece in it and all. But then she realized that this mouthpiece is a little bit too good looking, that it could be an important piece for somebody, might not be for somebody important, but then again, if it's really nice looking, if it's not from somebody important, like, how can they afford it? But who knows, right? But it's something that's important to somebody, and so she's like, maybe I should just bring it back to them instead. I like that initially she's just like, what if I just sell it? But then she realized it could be an important thing for someone. She's like, it's alright, I guess I'll just give it back to them. But if it wasn't important to them, she could have sold it. And all the other things I wanted to talk about, I already said it in the last segment. So if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. If you guys, I was literally about to... I'm just gonna end it.